Ain't no them call.
Yeah. Shanna, call the deep. And they said, that's what I'm talking about. That's what they told me. What's up?
You told me to change my name and what?
Your charge. Tell me your name, your birthday. Because I don't want your name, your birthday, and your charge.
Yeah, I got a lot of charges though.
What are your police?
So it's out.
Sounds like what y'all agreed to. All right, what's the next issue?
Your Honor, the next issue is at 1513 to the end. Now, Attorney Stills, you found it? It's out. One second. Oh, okay, Your Honor, can we play from 1513 to the end, the unredacted version? It may make more sense to explain the argument by listening to it.
Not yet. So y'all had agreed that 1515 to 1532 would be out. So is it not out? Okay, then what's the issue?
So, go ahead. So I don't know if that's 17 seconds that was redacted from the version that the state sent to us. So I want a clarification with them, but our understanding was that not only was Attorney Still name supposed to be taken out, but the part where Jeffrey Williams responds and says, well, Mr. Copeland says, but we don't have a lawyer, something like that. And then Mr. Williams says in response, we could just use my lawyer. We thought that was supposed to be taken out also because obviously that would imply Mr. Steele. And so the next line where Mr. Williams actually says Brian's name, that part's taken out, but not the sentence right before it.
That says we can just use my lawyer?
Yes.
No, Your Honor, the specific thing that was asked to be out was his name. And we had argument on Brian Steele's name, and the agreement was we would stop at lawyer and everything after that would be out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at what y'all said you agreed to. So if we can use my lawyer is before 1515, then, I mean, frankly, Mr. Williams could have an entire stable full of lawyers and probably does. No offense, Mr. Steele.
No offense taken. I agree that we should just follow what was ordered. It's 1515 and 1532.
Okay.
So I just need to, we could do it privately, but whatever that is should come out. That's it.
But that is what
All right.
I gave to our graphics person everything that we agreed upon, and that is what was taken.
Okay, so the last thing that said is my lawyer.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's fine. What else? Okay. Okay. All right, so is that the next thing you're gonna play?
I'm gonna ask some questions and then we'll play that and then we'll go
Okay,
on
so
to-
you'll have time, Mr. Steele, while the questions are going on to double check that one part real fast? Okay. All right,
Thanks, Your Honor.
just give me some sort of signal if we need to deal with it again before she plays it. All right, are we ready for the jury then? Yes, all right, let's get Mr. Copeland.
Audra, President Council.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Hilton, you can continue.
Now, Mr. Copeland, in the last interview that we listened to, you talk about Tay from NBC.
to jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring, and your location information may be collected and used by corrections and law enforcement personnel. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charge.
For a limited time, visit an inmate from the comfort of your home for only $5. Take advantage of this limited time promotion by going to www.securistech.net and creating a Securus video visitation account today.
Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello. Yeah. She got everybody from her eyes. Court. And then they're like, the girl got married all up on her eyes. Well, yeah, okay, I'm talking about, okay,
Go attending the things on it.
yeah. All right, see you later. What's her number? Follow. Follow.
586
Mm-hmm.
1990. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
What up, bro?
what the hell going on?
Huh?
I said, what the hell going on?
You got laughing stuff. I was just good. They supposed to tell me in the job all day. I got
Jay, when he answered the phone for me.
hold on right there. Bro,
Yeah.
yeah, they supposed to, hold on, if I'm on the freeway. I've been time on the freeway, hold on, I gotta walk away to get me. Yeah, we on the jet tour.
Alright.
Hold on. Hello? Yeah. Hold on. So Jay's supposed to tell us that one while we on tour.
Yeah, man.
She supposed to tell us that one like kept calling me while we on tour.
She want to answer the phone for me, bro.
You want me to call her freeway?
Huh?
I said, you want me to call her freeway or call her when I get out of the car?
When the last time you talked to her?
The last time I talked to her, like,
I gotta get to the first.
2 weeks ago. She like, her cousin gonna keep her holiday wet.
What?
She told me, I told her I went to court Friday on Thursday.
But what they say?
Yeah, I don't know about it. I'm trying to see if I'm gonna go still, but I ain't talking to nobody like
I'm
you.
on my phone.
Huh?
What you want? What you need me to do?
Call Jade and see if she gonna answer your phone.
Okay, I ain't gonna put on 50 hours. Hold on. Change it out to me.
Say answer.
Hello?
Damn, man. I'm just,
I can have this young daddy check on it and see when you gonna put the young daddy to that.
see, this, I go to court jail. I don't go to court downtown.
I know I'm not, I still have this young daddy check on it.
See, it's like, if you check, it ain't gonna say it in the computer. It's like, in the computer, they say I don't have a court date.
You go this Friday?
I supposed to go this Friday. Like, my probation house, they shut down probation house. But probation house told her that I was on calendar about 13.
What I was gonna say, so you blame on music for probation?
Yeah, that's the only thing I got is probation. I don't got no new charge.
You talk to your probation now?
Yeah, I talked to her. She ain't put a hold on.
Who is?
What's it?
No, he didn't put the fucking probation on. Did no, he.
What's it, man?
I said, so if she didn't put the probation on you, who did?
Her supervisor, the police.
Why?
The police had went to the next nigga pulled up on me and shot at her. The police got mad because they ain't saying that. So he couldn't lock me up because they ain't had no gun, they ain't had that. So he went to my probation house and asked them like, is there anything I have been doing? And they like, I ain't did my community service. So he locked me up for not doing community service. But everybody like, they didn't even never lock me up for I put been doing bitch through their probation for that. No.
Yeah.
I'm like, get out when I go to court. It's just, they won't give me no court date.
So don't we really need to get you a court date?
Yeah, I've been trying to get a lawyer, but I couldn't.
I need to talk to the jail I need to talk to the jail dad about it, because you know the jail dad know those people. Jim know those people. You know them people in the courthouse and at Wall Street.
Yeah.
But only reason I said that is because Jay was like, she gonna handle it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She not her brother, her folks, the only shit. So whenever she hears something, she gonna call me back and tell me. But I ain't even talk to her. Ever since she got arrested, we call her, I call her at night. I ain't even talk to her.
She got
like 2 weeks ago. Cool.
Jay.
No, they always like, she on Instagram.
Oh. Look. See, when they had locked me up, then they police came out here and took me downtown, tried to push me again. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then, like, they holding me in jail. Shit, whenever I go to court, they gonna let me go. I just gotta go to court.
Yeah, well, we need to try to figure that out. So we ain't in Atlanta, we won't be back in Atlanta to pay for the seat. But, you know, like, we can still, like, if I can go tell the child, you don't run that, or go in there and get you a court date. You know what I'm saying?
Ask him if you what he take.
I don't know, I don't know what to say. What is that? There is. Is your house?
Hello?
Yeah, but.
Hello.
Hello?
What's up?
What's going on?
No, okay. Hey, but now we're going. What's going on, son?
Hey, man, I need this lawyer, man.
A lawyer? I've been told.
They won't take me to court, and they saying the only way I get to court is a lawyer. I need a lawyer.
I've been told you're gonna come.
Why you gaming with the lag? Why you still compromise? Why you wanna play like that? Why you 2 steps behind? Go on funds back.
Knock, knock. Hi there. I'd love to show you what a K-12 powered school.
Yes, I've been told you're gonna come. They said she wouldn't have some phone bill about some shit.
I know.
Well, they tell her,
Whenever I go to court, I get out. They say
what is this probation?
Yeah, I supposed to go to Friday, but ain't nobody came talk to me. And last time they did it, they had rescinded me. So I need to get a lawyer, and lawyer kick in, and I get on here to get out.
Yeah, who you want?
Huh?
I said, who you want?
Who I want?
Yeah.
What you mean who I want? A lawyer?
Yeah.
I don't know no lawyers.
So what's your charge? What is it? Probation violation?
Yeah, only thing he said, I ain't getting no community service. That's the only thing I got.
You ain't do no community service.
Yeah.
Yeah, they trying to take me. They trying to take me a personal last name. Your charge. I just said to my lawyer.
Alright, I'm gonna have her text you.
Text right now. That's the other phone. I get the lawyer. You know damn what I am not in the morning. I've been told the girl. Yeah, they just say she wants. I don't know about it. Whatever.
Hey, Sean.
They lying. Ain't gonna call me.
Man, yeah. Oh, shut up. All the deep. They just said, you know, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Sean.
They told me. What's that?
You told me to change my name and what?
Your charge. Tell me your name, your birthday. Because I don't want to know your birthday and your charge. And then you just say,
I got a lot of charges though.
what are your probation violations? What is it?
I ain't got no big charge. I don't think I got probation violations. But I got like three different cases. But it's not a part of my probation.
You got 3 websites?
I got three cases on probation for, but it's all up on the one probation.
So when you got locked up, you didn't have no new charge?
Now they didn't have them charges with
Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah, that's too good.
so they did
That's good.
they brought me down here and they came and pushed me the day they brought me here. They came and pushed me about some shit and then they brought me back down here. I ain't been
So she need to take your name and your birthday and whatever your charges is. You are right for that.
yeah, I'm right.
He did go. You know, he'll come down in the morning.
I go to court, hit the jail. You said what?
You go to court when?
I go to court, hit the jail. I supposed to go Friday. He said
Oh, you gonna go to hearing court?
like, you know, when I go to court,
Yeah, I already know that. You just gotta get in the courtroom.
yeah, that's all I
They
got.
gotta get on the goddamn film. Yeah, they should have been coming. They would have come with that when finally got locked up. Or the next month of the morning.
I'm trying to find. Every time I call Shannon phone, he ain't answer. And then when I got a phone, he sounds like he'll call back. And shit like that.
Oh,
But I had tried to call his phone, she ain't have no me.
who?
Max, she ain't. Yeah.
I know. I'm telling you, on one.
Now I think you got to put on his son.
Yeah. That jinx. I mean, put no nigga on the phone.
Yeah. Shit, that was boy.
That jinx. I ain't ever did that.
Yeah.
I ain't ever in my life like that. I don't put me on the phone. I just feel like it jinx. Like you know you doing the street.
Yeah.
I ain't ever did
Now
that.
I'm trying to go around, they beat me up in the everything, man.
Yeah, I know all that was fun. I know all that was fun. Oh, they say the shit that everybody like your eyes.
Yeah, they say the police let him jump on me. I see me crazy, man.
Man, to her, that's what they call me. Yeah, you know, who in jail. Oh, they got right there. This is a man. This is a man.
This is here, dread, bro.
Man, what the hell you talking about? I know. Yeah, I know what's happening. Oh, y'all locked up. I was already like, what the hell? What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm like, nobody. They want to try to tell you. Man, I don't start in the front of these folks and look at these folks call. That's your phone.
Yeah.
I know you big the caller. Like, call up. See what the fuck going on. Because there's probation. There's just a little bullshit. But the probation is really trying to hold you. Just because of just got their money or whatever. So I already know that. Like I said, I was just gave him a lawyer the 3-4 grand, $25. You know, he'll bring you.
You have 1 minute left.
They get you in the courtroom for $25. You go there and shoot.
I don't even want that much. One lawyer had told
I
me.
know.
Yeah. So this, I might have this son teach you my information. So you say you're trying to get one.
Yeah, but I have a lawyer or whatever lawyer you choose.
I don't have none.
Well, I could just have somebody to flip on their son and bring their son to money then. You show that. or they tell him about my dad, they probably know something about the shit. So I can just make anybody go get the money. I can make you pull up to the club, get the money from Ken or anything. Right now, you know that. So that ain't no question.
Shit, we don't know no lawyer though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know my lawyer.
Mr. Copeland, back in 2015, were you mentioning any of Thug's songs? Was your nickname Woody mentioned in any of Thug's songs?
Huh?
Did Thug mention you in any of his songs back in 2015?
Back in 2015?
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
Do you recall telling the detectives that he put your name in these songs and he doesn't know, you don't know why he put your name in these songs?
I didn't like him rapping about me.
Why didn't you like him rapping about you?
Huh?
Why didn't you like him rapping about you?
Because it's my life. Like, don't be lying on me.
What do you mean by that?
Don't be lying on me.
Are you talking about in the rap songs?
Yes.
What did you think were lies that he was telling on you in the rap song?
I don't recall.
Do you recall what the verse was or what he said in the rap song?
Ain't no speak no English. No, I don't recall.
Now, back in 2015, we talked about the gun that you had, the gun that was at the Dunbar Center.
I ain't have no gun.
Hey, was there a gun that was in a H&M bag that they found at the Dunbar Center?
No, they said.
All right. And is it true that Quindarius, Zachary, or Little D from Cleveland purchased that gun for you?
I don't recall.
Okay. Is it true that you told the detectives when they asked you, how did you get possession of that gun? You said, I got it the day he bought it for me.
I don't recall.
And you asked, and you said, yeah, he bought it for me. He bought it out of the pawn shop for you.
I don't recall.
And that you paid $1,000 for that gun.
I don't recall.
And you purchased the gun because you thought you could defend yourself.
I don't recall.
Did you think that you were able to defend yourself because of the retaliatory shootings that were happening back in 2015?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling the detectives that another detective told you you had a right to protect yourself,
I don't recall.
but that you couldn't take the gun if you were at the club, but if you were at home, you had a right to protect yourself?
I don't recall.
When you were at the Dunbar Center with the gun, were you trying to sell that gun?
I was at Dunbar Recreation Center playing basketball.
Okay. And while at the Dunbar Recreation Center playing basketball, did you have the gun that Quindarius Zachary purchased for you?
I had a basketball.
Is it true that you also had the gun that Quindarius Zachary purchased for you?
I had my shirt off. I was playing basketball.
Where was the gun at?
You tell me.
Isn't it true that the gun was sitting on a bench at the basketball court in an H&M bag?
I was playing basketball.
And isn't it true that you were trying to sell that gun that day, that you had it at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
I ain't have no gun.
Isn't it true that you told the detectives that you gave them the gun to sell and that they were going to sell the gun, that you were trying to sell your gun that day, that you got caught with the gun at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
I tell investigators anything.
Matter of fact, isn't it true that you told the detective, when I was locked up, I called one of my partners and he was like, get some money, can you help me out? He was like, yeah. When I got out, they brought me the gun back. And I was like, I don't want it. I was still trying to sell it. That is why, that is what I had, you know what I mean? When I got the gun, I got it from the green store. I went to the park to go play basketball, but I was waiting on them to come and get it. Little D and them, so his brother pulled up. They actually waiting on who to come and get it. You talking about the Mickey or Quindarius? You said Little D from Cleveland. He was supposed to pull up and get it.
Skip, I tell the investigators anything to get them off me. I didn't have no gun. I didn't know nothing about the gun. When they said something about the gun, I was confused, shot, lost. That's why they let me go that same day.
And matter of fact, they wanted to make sure that they were correct, that you were both talking about the same gun. And Detective Gates said, I'm talking about the one from the Dunbar Center. He said, that is what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Sorry. That is what I'm talking about. I got out of jail from Henry County Monday, and police got me for the gun Tuesday. I did not go to jail.
Can you say that again?
Detective Gaither wanted to clarify that the gun she was referencing was the gun from the Dunbar Center. And your response was, that is what I'm talking about. I got out of jail from Henry County Monday, and police got me for the gun Tuesday. I did not go to jail.
Can you say it one more time?
Sure. Isn't it true that Detective Gaither wanted to make sure that you both were talking about the same gun? So you clarified for her and said, that is what I'm talking about. I got out of jail from Henry County on Monday, and police got me for the gun on Tuesday. I did not go to jail.
I don't recall.
Now, back in June of 2015, were you still hanging with both Shannon and Demikian in June of 2015?
I don't recall.
Isn't it true that you told the detective in that interview, 1 minute D's with Shannon, and then when D's not with Shannon, him and me are together?
I don't recall. Nothing I told the investigators. I would tell them anything to get them out for me.
Back in 2015, did you get all of your information from Little D from Cleveland? Excuse me, Little D from Mechanicsville.
Say that again?
Back in 2015, because you were locked up for parts of time, did you get all of your information from Little D from Mechanicsville?
I'm Mr. Make Believe. I make it up. I don't recall nothing I done made up. I keep telling you that.
Isn't it true that you told the detectives in the same June 2015 interview, I get all my information through Little D, and they clarified which Little D, and you said Mechanicsville. And they said, so Demikian, and you said yes.
I don't recall nothing I don't say, whatever I made up to the police.
Okay. You recall saying that he's always in the midst of everybody. Everyone talks to him. You know what I mean? I can always just ask. I can call Lil D right now, and he will sit here and tell me what's going on.
Nah, I don't recall nothing, but I do know that I tell the D what they say. So if I told the investigator to go ask Lil D something, it's because I don't told Lil D to be prepared for it.
Now, in 2015, did you know someone by the name of Valerie or V?
Who?
Valerie.
Who?
Did you know someone by the name of Valerie?
I don't recall.
Isn't it true that you told the detectives that it was Valerie who told you that Thug wanted to kill you?
I don't recall nothing I done made up to the police.
Isn't it true that you told the detectives that Valerie got into a car while you were at a baby shower and told you that Thug was trying to kill you?
That wasn't true. I made it up. If I did say that, if I didn't say it, I don't recall nothing I said to the police.
Isn't it also true that on a jail call after June 10th, 2015, you told Max that Valerie told you that Thug was trying to kill you?
Because I told you one thing, I don't recall.
Okay. Now, isn't it true? Well, let me ask you this. After Valerie told you or that Thug was trying to kill you, did you try to reach out to Monte or Yak Gotti?
No, I don't got anything else to say.
Is it true that you told the detectives in the same June 2015 interview you saw Monte and Detective Gator asked you which Monte? Your response, Yak. Like day before yesterday, went to the graveyard. When I seen him, he was at my cousin's house. I was like, damn man, we grew up together. They asked you, what is Yak's real name? Do you know? You said no. Detective Gator, you said you grew up with him. Your response, I just know his first name, Monte. Don't know the last name. You said to Monte, at first, told me that Thug planned on killing me. And Monte's response to you was, hell nah, bro, I never heard that. He denied it. He said, you said that people will never say it. Word was, I was talking to the police too much. You feel what I'm saying?
So once I was released from Henry County Jail, everybody was asking me, did I hear the song? Everybody was telling me that Thug had put out the song Halftime. And the police were targeting me again. That's why they got me the next day. I was mad that I was like, damn, this nigga telling on me, putting me in his song. So I was mad at him and I started planning against him. I was telling one of my friends and I was telling him, hey man, this nigga trying to make it seem like I'm out here. Ooh, I said what I said to my buddy. And yeah, I didn't like the simple fact that he was saying stuff that they had nothing to do with him and his son. Like, why is you rapping about what I'm doing in the streets? Like, they done got nothing to do with it. So, yeah, I was mad with him and I was planning on him.
When did the song Halftime come out?
I don't know, man, this song was old, but when he put it out, the police started making it seem like it was a new song, and then they started trying to use that song to say that this and that and third.
Is Halftime the only song that mentions your name?
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that song made the police come after me, and I didn't like the simple fact of it. I didn't get nobody permission to say nothing about me in no song.
Why do you believe that the song made police started coming after you?
Because that's what they said. They said that's what the investigator told me.
What did the investigator tell you?
I don't know.
So is it your testimony that the investigator said, hey, because your name is in the song, we're now coming after you?
What I do, go to the grave with me, you hear me?
Well, yesterday you did disclose that you and Threat shot up Richard McQuan's barbershop.
Yeah, you got me frustrated, and I ain't mean to say that.
Okay. Do you recall asking the judge if you could say it?
I was frustrated.
Now, they asked you, why would Thug be nervous if he had nothing to do with anything? And your response is, y'all keep saying my name. They saying me and Thug. That's what I keep saying, but I had no parts in it. Are you talking about the fact that you had no parts in killing Nut?
I don't recall nothing I said to no police.
Now, isn't it true that
Nothing I say is true. Nope.
up until June of 2015, were you trying to keep what you knew about Nut's murder to yourself?
Can you say that again?
Sure. Prior to this interview in June of 2015, were you trying to keep what you knew about Nut's murder to yourself?
I don't know what you mean.
Is it true that you told detectives, this is what I'm telling you, this is what I'm telling you? I'm asking you, with the murder, I'm trying to explain it. I act like I never heard about it. I act like I never told D and none of them, period. So I just kept it to myself.
Yeah, I tell so many lies and different stories to the point I don't even know. I don't have a clue what I don't see. All I know was I'm innocent. And today I'm innocent. And Threat innocent too.
What are you innocent of?
anything.
Okay. Are you innocent of, did you not kill Nut? Is that what you're talking about?
You asked me that how many times now?
Because I'm trying to understand what you're talking about.
I don't know. I don't recall.
Okay. And during that interview, she talked to you about being a part of YSL, correct?
I don't recall. What I talked to with any of these police about, I just know that I was trying to get them out for me. And I'm finna make up whatever, if they bring up whatever topic, I'm finna make up something to get them out for me. I'm a victim in every situation. I'm an innocent in everything I do.
Do you recall her asking you was Billy Blood? And your response was, I was, but. And she didn't ask you, what are you now? And your response is, that's the point. They got mad because I didn't go back with Inglewood because I hang with Thug and I'm YSL.
I don't recall saying that.
And then you also continue to say that the Inglewood family people were also mad at Little D because he used to be Inglewood. And when he got, and excuse me, strike that. You also continue to say that Inglewood was mad at Little D as well, correct?
I don't recall.
And that when Little D got jumped by MDC, they laughed at him because they thought YSL should have helped him out in the club.
YSL is not a game. So you can't, y'all keep trying to attach that to things that go on. If YSL was a game and you saying that I was Billy Blood and the D was If game, how the hell, excuse my language, how would all us be YSL if we all supposed to be this and that and that? It don't make sense. When you're a gang, you only gonna be one thing.
Doesn't YSL have both Blood and Crip gang members?
YSL is a record label.
Were you ever signed to YSL as a record label?
Y'all keep locking me up.
Were you ever signed to YSL as a record label?
No.
When you got out of jail and you were doing your rap videos, were you signed to
I
YSL?
was signed to somebody else.
Okay, so you never been on YSL, the record label, correct?
Okay.
So when we're talking about you was Billy Blood, but now I'm with Thug and then I'm YSL, Billy Blood is not a record label, correct?
But when you
Desmond, how are you watching college football this year?
ESPN on Sling, for sure. Come on, bro.
speaking on gang,
Is Billy Blood a record label?
All right, Bill, he didn't seem to be answering. Go ahead and answer the question that's on the floor.
Is Billy Blood a record label?
I don't know what Billy Blood is.
So when she asked you,
Saying it wrong?
she asked you was Billy Blood, you said I was, but
I'm talking to the police, so I don't recall what I don't say to them. But when you're trying to say gang, it's a difference. When you put that gang on things, you go into where I was. I was a 30 deep gang member. You can't say I was a YSL gang member. YSL was never considered a gang. Y'all making it a game.
when you responded, I didn't go back to Inglewood because I hang with Thug and I'm YSL. Did you say I'm part of YSL, the record label?
So listen. It's not a game. You know what I mean? It don't matter how y'all try to put it, how y'all trying to see it. A gang is these people right here, everybody right here, and everybody. You can't put Crips and Bloods together and say that this is a game. Because if the Crips and Bloods get into it and everybody is saying that, they YSL, they got to pick what they're going to choose. You can't say, like when I was down the road, and then people like, oh, that's Woody. He be with Young Thug, such. And the Blood's like, well, he not Blood. And then the Crips like, well, so when they get in, it don't make sense. Y'all got to get that. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all in here trying to make something more than what it is. It's not.
Is Duke a Crip?
I don't know. Ask Duke.
I'm asking you.
I don't recall.
Okay. And is Duke a part of YSL?
Ask Duke.
I'm asking you.
But we speaking on gaming.
I asked you a simple question. Is Duke a Crip?
I don't know. I'm not a Crip, never was.
That's not what I asked you.
I can't tell you who's a Crip and who's a Blood.
Do you know if Duke is a Crip?
I know I'm a civilian.
Do you know if Duke is a Crip?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you know if Duke is a member of YSL?
I don't recall.
Also, in this February interview with Detective Gaither, did you also speak to her about the gambling house shooting that occurred in Lakewood?
I don't recall.
Did you tell her the whole time it come back on Kel and them, because there's a little gambling house we go hang out and gamble. We go there, we gamble, we come out and leave Kel and them in the bushes. Kel, Stewie, they never mentioned the third person name. They in the bushes. They start shooting at us and they shot so many times. Shit, I was just glad to be alive.
I don't recall.
And when she asked you what gambling house, you said in Lakewood. They shot so many times. Damn near shot everybody's car. But they missed everybody and grazed one person across his back. But when the police came, he had already left. Couple people left, but it was Kel.
I don't recall.
And in fact, you told Detective Gaither the reason why you found out it was Kel is because he got into it with Gucci Red, and she came back and told you all that it was Kel that shot up the gambling house.
I'm talking to the police, I'm going to tell them anything to get them out my face. I don't recall what I don't told them, so you keep asking me the same these questions about what I told the police. Ask me about what's going on today. I don't recall about no lies I don't told in the past.
Back in 2015, were you afraid to come to court to testify if you had to against Tay?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Back in 2015, when you had this interview with Detective Gaither, were you afraid that you would have to come to court to testify against Tay?
Miss Hills, you know I'm not afraid of nothing that's walking on this earth.
Okay.
You know that.
Looking at that interview, did you tell Detective Gaither, if I describe him in your case, I will have to come to court?
I don't recall what I don't told the investigate, whatever you call them.
And then you also asked Detective Gaither, if you point him out, meaning Tay, that's going to make it in his discovery packet.
I don't recall nothing I don't told the investigators.
And matter of fact, Detective Gaither said to you, I mean, if you identify him, you a victim. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it's not going to eventually come out.
I don't recall nothing I told the investigators.
And you told her, man, I know if I do this, shit just going to get worse and worse.
Miss Hills, I don't recall nothing I done told the investigators.
And you continue to say, nah, I'm worried about he get locked up, he get the discovery, see, I circle his picture and put my name on there, and he gonna send it to the street, say I told on him. And they gonna put it on Instagram and Twitter, and they gonna tell everybody, and then I'm gonna just be like, boy, then nobody won't be around me.
But the God honest truth is he never shot at me.
But back in 2015, your concern was if you pointed him out, you'd be labeled a snitch, correct?
No, my concern was that they locked him up for something that he didn't do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't recall, you know what I mean? I don't recall what I don't told the investigators, but telling them the truth is the last thing I ever do.
And matter of fact, you kept asking, I'm gonna have to come to court, correct?
I don't recall what I said to investigators.
And at that point, she tried to encourage you to pick him out of the photographic lineup. Correct?
I don't recall.
And then you asked her, what do I have to do then? And she asked you, what you have to do then what? And he said, after I snitch. And she said to you, it's not snitching, it's telling the truth. If you call it snitching, you circle the person you know that shot at you.
It's snitching when you're telling the truth.
And that's what your concern was, correct?
Now, if y'all sitting here trying to make me say somebody shot at me that they didn't shoot at me, but if this way gonna take, because they keep saying here,
Did you just testify a few moments ago that while your baby was in your hand, you took the gun and shot at these individuals who shot at you?
oh, I told them I throw their gun in the woods.
Who did you tell that to?
The police they caught me that night, and they went to search the woods and they said they couldn't find it.
All right. Did you tell the detective who you were interviewing with that the gun was back at home and that you were going to go get the gun and bring it to them?
Yes, I think I told them that.
Okay.
I told them if they let me go, I'd bring the gun back.
And that specifically you won't call Gaither and give Gaither the gun.
I don't know if I said that, but I probably did.
Okay. And did you ever give Gaither the gun?
No.
Why not?
You crazy?
They asked you for the gun. Why didn't you give it to them?
I never was gonna get another gun from the start.
Okay. Did you eventually explain in June of 2015 the reason why you never gave Gaither the gun?
What you mean?
When you were interviewed in June of 2015, did you tell Gaither why you never gave her the gun?
I don't know.
Okay. Did you tell Gaither in June of 2015 that you never gave her the gun because it was Shannon's gun?
What I'm gonna do with Shannon gun?
Did you recall telling her that?
I ain't no telling. I probably did.
Okay. And that Shannon took the gun with him while he was on tour with the.
No, I don't. I tell Gaither anything, just like I would tell the rest of the police. But as today, as in the truth of what happened was, I hid the gun in the neighbor house, and they bathroom up under the sink.
So why wouldn't you just tell Gaither that you hid the gun?
Cause they're gonna lock me up for the gun. I ain't supposed to have it.
Okay, but you had already told her in January 2015 that you had a whole chopper. You didn't get arrested for having a chopper. So why would you get arrested for having this gun when you were protecting yourself from being shot at?
Because they don't matter what I tell them. They know I had guns, but it's what they catch me with.
Okay, and didn't Gaither and the detective who interviewed you the night that you were shot at told you that you wouldn't get in trouble, they just need the gun?
Yeah, but I'm a fool. Go for it.
Now, when you were talking to the detective back in this February 20th interview, do you recall him asking you questions about Tay and where Tay was from?
Which Tay?
The Tay that you initially said shot at your car.
Oh, I don't recall.
Excuse me, shot at you and Deshaun.
I don't recall.
And that Deshaun actually told the police that he's either from Mechanicsville or he's from Simpson Road.
Deshaun ain't tell them nothing.
And matter of fact, Deshaun, when they asked him how old is Tay, Deshaun told them,
hold because I think it's asked you. Let me hear the rest of the question.
Sure. During this entire,
How's he supposed to know this?
because he's present in the room when she's telling him.
All right. I'm gonna overrule it.
In this same interview, Deshaun was able to tell the detective that this individual by the name of Tay was about 20 years old.
I don't recall Deshaun saying nothing to the police, other than she ducked down.
And as a matter of fact, you actually told the detectives that you used to hang out with this Tay before he shot at you.
I took.
What inspires me to win, seeing how far I can go in the game and seeing how many people I'm able to inspire along the way.
Tell the detectives anything to get them up off me.
And specifically told him that you and him used to play basketball at Carver High School. The two of you used to play basketball on the basketball court at Carver.
I don't recall.
Miss Hilton, we're gonna need to, it doesn't have to be right this minute, but pick a stopping point sometime in the next 20 minutes or so.
Okay. Thank you, Ronna. You said earlier that you weren't concerned about being labeled a snitch. Is that fair to say?
Say that again?
Earlier, a few moments ago, you said you weren't concerned about being labeled a snitch. Is that fair?
I wasn't.
You was not.
What you mean?
That you didn't have any concerns being labeled a snitch. Is that correct?
I don't get what you asked.
Back in 2015, were you concerned about people labeling you a snitch?
I was concerned about the safety of my family, so that's my mindset back then.
I'm asking you, were you concerned about being labeled a snitch?
A snitch is someone who tell the truth to the police.
Okay, so were you concerned about being labeled a snitch?
I was concerned about getting those who wrong me and the people I care about.
In the same February interview, did you tell Detective Curry, I went down here and I talked to her. Now everybody, excuse me, let me stop that. Did you tell Detective Curry during this interview, how can I survive this? How can I survive this? I can't go anywhere if I don't have money. Because Gaither called my phone when I was in front of Young Thug. She wanted me to talk. She wanted me to come down and talk. You feel me? Everybody there, everybody right there. You feel me? That's what I did. I left, went down here and talked to her. Now, everybody look at me like I'm a snitch now. It's just like I can't get no money. You know, I was just getting money by just doing nothing. Hey man, I need to borrow this right here, just hanging around going for the mall. He paid for everything for me. And now they think I'm a snitch.
First of all, I was breaking in the stove, so I'm always getting me some money. That's what I'm gonna do. So what I told the investigators is just anything, I keep telling you that. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. So my question to you is, were you concerned back then about being labeled a snitch?
I was playing the victim card. I keep telling you that. It was about being labeled a snitch, because if I was concerned about being labeled a snitch, I would never even try to finesse my way out of no situation, because even lying to the police, y'all would put it in there as in this and the third. I know anything that I say to a police officer, they're going to go into a police report anyway. So it's self-explanatory. I only care about getting myself out of situations to protect my family. That's it.
And is that why you're changing your testimony here today?
I'm not changing my, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Because you're concerned about being labeled a snitch?
Miss Hilton, the damn world called me a snitch. You think I'm only concerned about telling the truth today? I don't know what nobody else did, but I do know that I have